Yeah, that's one of my first time coming across one of his videos. Everent, yeah, that's the name. Everent Cal Kalman, or however you say that. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing my bad. But how to really, Jesus, I'm bugging already. How girls really want you to talk to them. Very interesting. Very interesting from this brother, right? Everett, that's his name. Let's get into the video. Let's see what the brother have to say. He might say something good, but let's see. I'm open-minded to what he's gonna say. Let's get into it.
Back in high school, I went to this party in a nice, wealthy neighborhood. So you can, it was in this big house. There's lots of
Let's be
people
slow.
drinking. Him with my friends. Within 5 minutes, I walk up to some good looking girls and I start a conversation with them. I get one of the girls that I thought was attractive, I get her number, and then throughout the night, I'm having a good time, I'm partying with my friends, and I try shooting my shot with like 2 or 3 other girls at this party, and I get all of their numbers, right? It's the next day, and none of them text me back. The way that you speak to women determines whether they like you or not. Looking back on most of my teenage years, especially in high school, I was horrible at talking to girls. Whenever I mustered up the courage to speak to a girl, I would mess it up by saying the wrong things, and even if she initially had a bit of attraction for me, I would always kill it. I made all the
Yo, okay, so one thing I've learned personally, Drew in high school, bro, I didn't really get that much biddies. I ain't gonna cap. I didn't, which was like 3 years ago. It's almost 4 years now, right? I really didn't get shorties when it came to school, especially like in high school. Before high school, yeah, I don't know what happened during that period, like from middle school to high school, the transition. I don't know what it was. I'm saying I used to just play video games. That's all I used to really play, bro. Real shit. But one thing I've come to realize is like when you make a mistake, right? When you make a mistake, you always have to reflect on it. Reflect back on that mistake you've made. Okay, what did I do wrong? How did I approach? Was I speaking too low? Did I shake a hand? Was I firm? Did I believe in what I say? Right? So all these small things count, right? Because then, again, she can find me very attractive and still tell you no, just by the approach, just by how you approach. If you lack confidence, if you're the guy to say, "Oh, I'm nervous," that doesn't work, bro. Why are you telling her you're nervous for? For what? What is that gonna do for you? It won't do nothing except just hinder you. That's all it will do.
mistakes that I'm about to tell you to avoid, and I didn't do any of the things that you should do when you speak to girls. And the first one is to always speak less. You cause your own self-inflicted problems when you're talking to girls because you always say too much. When you try to fill in every little gap when neither of you are talking with you speaking, you always reveal stuff about yourself and you dissolve the mystery that a woman initially has for you. Because when you reveal everything about yourself to a girl, she's not going to be thinking about you because she already knows what you're up to. For example, if a girl asks you, "What did you do today?" and you go, "Oh, well, I woke up at 6 a.m. and then I went and made breakfast, I made eggs, and then I went to the gym," that is going to kill the mystery that she has for you. Instead, what I would do is reply with a short answer like guess or lots, and then change the topic of the conversation, flip it back around onto her, and this will cause her to imagine. She will think about, "Oh, what was he doing today?" Because a woman's imagination is the greatest tool that you have at your disposal when you're speaking to girls. And when you reveal yourself and you
This point, bro. With a question like that, you just can tell. I was just a little busy. Busy doing what? Just working. Now, that's all I say. I don't. Oh, but I did this, and we'll go in depth. And I don't. That's not really my thing. I'm saying you gotta understand. I'm not doing all this. If you're actually busy doing stuff, cool, right? Like, if I'm editing the video, I'm editing the video. That's it. I just tell there's one thing. There's other things I did during the day. And that's not the only thing I did, but I just tell you, yo, I was just editing today. It's working on some other stuff too. You know what I'm saying it's cool, bro. You don't have to really say too much. I see, yo, and the amount of times I have done it, I have just talked my way out of the puss, which is crazy. I did it already. I see, bro, the amount of time I probably did like 10, 15 times already. Just talk myself out the puss. Just because the silence used to kill me. It used to nag at me. It's like, oh my God, why is it silent? Why is she not saying nothing? So I'm all in my head. So now trying to say something to fit in that gap, fit in that space, that void. I'm trying to fill up that void that because the silence is killing me. When now I just lay back. If they I have nothing to say, we just chilling, we cool it. Right? And that's what I've learned just from my personal experience. That and he's absolutely right. Talk less, say less. You don't have to just all the time. Stop running your mouth so much. That's for the women. The women speak so much. You let them talk too much. You let them say all the things they want to say. Cool. And you just sit back. Okay. Mm, all right. And you save some information to question the back on it again. That's what I do. I ain't gonna lie. Personally, that's what I do.
You kill all the mystery, you are just throwing away that tool. Another way that guys speak too much is that they're afraid of silence in a conversation. For
Oh my
some reason,
God, I
maybe
was
you
just
have some
saying that.
childhood trauma or you were bullied as a kid. You feel uncomfortable when there's silence when you're speaking to a girl when neither of you are talking. So what you do is you just keep babbling and you fill that in with other unnecessary information, and this kills the attraction that she has for you. You need to be comfortable taking a second to think about what you're going to say before you say it, or when she stops talking, instead of just immediately interjecting and saying the next thing, take a second to think. And maybe she has something else to
Absolutely.
say. Take a second to bask in the silence. Hold eye contact with her, and this will build sexual tension. When you're visibly comfortable in silence, this shows that you are a
And
confident.
and not even just that. It's like if you if you so like jittery, you just all move, just oh, I can't lean back, just chill, bro. Cool. Like the whole keep your composure. What are you moving so much for? Like, bro, there's no reason you moving so much for no reason. Just chill. Have a conversation. Be comfortable as sitting in one place for a long period of time. Yo, for the whole stream, I just can sit right there and not say nothing, not do nothing. I just can literally do that. But I have to interact with the camera and things like that and with the gun, with the Twitch. Absolutely. But you must be okay with just sitting back and hearing people out and letting people speak. And that's how you find out more information about people. Versus if you always want to talk, you always want to say something. No, no, no. Sometimes you have to keep quiet and just let people speak. Because then people will speak to you and show you who they truly are. They will tell you who they are if you listen enough. 'Cause sometimes somebody can tell you who they are and you would still miss it just because you're not listening. You constantly want to speak over them or say something. What do you want to say that's that important? Let them speak. When they're done, okay, then you can say what you have to say. Let's continue.
Person, because you don't need to always be speaking and you're not afraid of having a little bit of silence like most people are. You aren't some
Absolutely.
awkward weirdo who needs to look away when neither of you are speaking. Instead, you should look her in the eyes. Stare directly into her eyes, and this will build sexual tension. This is when things happen, is when there's silence in between when either of you are talking. But if you're always talking,
And I go lie, the eye contact, that is powerful. It is. Most definitely is. And if you're not contact, one thing that helped me, I used to do that at least once or twice a day. When I go in the mirror, I just look myself in the eye and try to have a conversation. Basically, like, almost like mirror talk in a sense, right? Where you just go in the mirror, just look yourself in the eye and have a conversation with yourself. It's not crazy, right? It's not crazy, but that's how you build the confidence to hold eye contact with somebody else. Because if you can do it with yourself, you're comfortable enough. So when somebody else come in front of you and having a conversation with you, then you can speak to them and look them in the eye and not feel, oh my God, I'm nervous. Oh, I can't do this. So that's one way to help me personally. You could give it a try to see if it could help you. That'll be my best thing. And eye contact is very important because majority of human communication are nonverbal. So you don't always have to speak, but your actions show more than your words. It holds more power. Because if you're somebody you talk all the time and you have no action, then nobody can believe you. But if you speak less but you have more action, then people will see, okay, I believe in this man more, if that makes sense.
When are you ever going to get to make out with her? Because you just keep on babbling, you keep on yapping. You need to have a bit of silence where the sexual tension builds up. I was at another party, this time more recently in college, and I spoke to this short but hot girl at this party. And I remember having like the most brain dead conversation with her. I barely spoke and I was just asking her a bit about herself. I didn't say a lot, I just let her talk, sat there in silence, and I didn't get her phone number. The next day, I wake up, I check Instagram, and she followed me. It is so important to not speak about yourself and instead just let the other person talk. Not just to keep the
So factual,
mystery and
bro.
the attraction, but also because people like you more when you listen to them. If you've ever read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, you'll know that the best way to make someone like you is to ask them questions about themselves and let them do the talking.
I think, and one thing I will say, one thing I would definitely just intervene what he would say. Not just listening, but in a place of creating a no judgment zone. Right? So when you create a no judgment zone, it causes that person to what? Do what? Get comfortable. When that person comfortable, then they start speaking openly about anything. Listen, I don't know if that ever happened to anybody. Let's say you're having a conversation, right? And then let's say you're having a conversation with somebody, but you speaking less, you more of the listener, you just listen to what they say. And they start telling you things that happened only in their childhood, how they got, how they got, touched when they were younger. And you're like, yo, I never asked all this information, but they just told you why did that person do that? Because they felt comfortable. It felt like you wouldn't judge them. So that's why they open up to you so fast and so easily without asking you about certain things, asking you for permission to tell you about certain things. Right? So that's the importance. You have to create a no judgment zone, which causes the person to get comfortable. And then they tell you about their whole life story. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
If we could somehow pull up a transcript of a conversation between you and a girl, it should be like 10 or 20% of the time you speaking and 80 or 90% of the time she should be the one talking. You should be
absolutely.
asking the right questions, and when she does flip the question around back to you, you should just say a short answer and then flip it
Keep
back
it
to her. The
right.
girl should be talking the majority of the time, and you should be speaking very minimally because this gives you less of a chance to say something that kills the mystery or fucks it up or you say the wrong thing. If you just say less, you are way less likely to say something stupid.
That's
Another
true.
problem that a lot of guys have when talking to girls is that they don't know how to flirt. When you flirt in an initial interaction, meaning the first time that you meet a girl, it's mostly going to be you asking her questions about herself and then her
Absolutely.
asking you the questions back. That's just how it is. But the problem is when you ask her questions, you make it sound like it's a job interview and not like you're trying to flirt with her. Your question
And that's my thing too. Having like deep conversations, right? How do you have deep ask questions that are deep to the person? It's like let me give you an example. It's like let's say somebody like a specific thing, specific color, specific movie. Okay, why do you like this movie? Oh, I like this movie because whatever they say, and then you ask them, how could you relate to this movie? That's one question. Watching this movie, what did you learn about yourself? And I'm saying like questions like that open up like more room for that person to speak, and then you just ask one question, but they go and keep explaining to you, keep giving you more information about themselves. Versus if I go, oh, my favorite movie is this, and then they ask me questions, and I'm just spitting out a whole bunch of stuff. But anybody I speak to, I barely speak. I just say what I have to say, and then I just question them on certain things. I'm like two, three questions the most, and they start just telling me stuff, just unpacking shit, men or women. I'm saying so you gotta build that skill in order to know. Okay, let me ask questions that actually make sense. Let me ask questions that's actually gonna make that person give me the most information I want from them. That's how you have to think. You can take the simplest things, just like I said, a movie. Why do you like this movie? How could you relate to this movie? How did this movie change you in a good or bad way? Right? What about the movie do you like so much? What is one message you could take from that movie? It's like so much questions you could ask, bro, in like different ways to like get a different answer, a different outcome. It's all on just how, like, what is your goal? Me personally, I want the most information I can get to see who I'm dealing with. Because you never know who you're dealing with till you speak to somebody and see who they truly are. Till they show you who they truly are. Let's continue.
Questions bore her, they're boring. And the reason for this is that you ask her questions about the wrong things. You ask her questions about boring things that, frankly, she does not want to talk about. You probably ask her, so, how many siblings do you have? Do you have a pet? Like, these are boring questions. You should
Tell you what, bro. Me personally, I would have to disagree. The pet question, come on, bro. If a girl have a dog or cat, like, you know what I'm saying, like how important that is. And the reason why I would disagree is like they have such a good chemistry with the animal they have. That in itself is a conversation. That in itself, you could use that. Hey, whether they have a cat or a dog, and that could be a whole conversation. Why? Because they build a connection with the cat or the dog. They love their dog. They love their cat. Especially when them girls have them small poodles. They love it. They pet animals. That in itself is good conversation, good starter conversation. I'm not saying you should just that's gonna be the best one, but that's a good starter right there, right? And with the siblings, you could ask her, "What are your relationship? What is your relationship like with your siblings? If she have male siblings, female siblings, you see how she treat them. Okay, so if you treat them like that, if she don't have a good relationship with that sibling, okay, now I'm seeing okay, there is some, we gotta do some adjusting. Something is off. What's going on? That's how you find out more about somebody. So the reason why I have to disagree with him on that, you could ask questions like that to see who you're dealing with instead of just making a judgment and say, "Oh, that's not a good question." That's all beginner questions, just to see, have a feel for that woman and see who that woman is.
instead ask her more interesting questions like, if you could travel anywhere, where's your dream place that you want to travel to? Or what's the craziest thing that you and your friends ever did? You want to get these
And tell you what, that in itself is a good question. That right there, great question. I won't even say nothing. I just wanted to say it's a good.
exciting stories out of her and exciting things that make her actually feel like she's having a good time when she's talking to you and she's not in a job interview. Another problem, and probably the biggest reason why you suck at flirting, is that you're just too intellectual. You ask her these intellectual questions and you talk about things that she does not want to talk about. Think about what is going through Chad's brain as he's about to go up to the same girl. What is Chad thinking? He's just thinking, oh, me want to go talk to this girl, me go up and say something. See, it's not really about what you say, it's more so about how you say it. When Chad goes up to a girl, he has this super energetic vibe around him. He's having fun. It really doesn't matter what he says, he just wants to say anything. And the problem with you is that you're over here in the corner, overthinking, thinking about, oh, what can I say that will make her most likely want to sleep with me tonight? Like, what's the most flirty
Well, that is literally the wrong way to think. Why you think? Okay, if you go into conversation thinking about, oh, I just want sex from this woman, you will get it. You won't. Just go and just have a bro. Like even literally today, like literally earlier, probably like 2 hours ago, I went to the store, right, with my mom. Went to the store with my mom. I saw a young lady. So yo, I saw she look at me like twice. I'm like, okay. So I see her walking. I'm like coming that way. I'm coming forward. She coming like from my left. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? She's like, I'm good. Ask her what's her name. We spark a little conversation. Find out she had a boyfriend. I see a sister right there. I ask her, yo, I mean, your sister. I mean, I'm trying to trouble with the sister too. Me, I was trying to back both of them. That's just me. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna shoot at this point. I don't care. So then they both had a boyfriend. So I'm like, nah, cool. It's fine. Right. Went along my way. So I had to go back in one of the aisles, right? So they were coming back from the aisle I just came from. I went back and met my mom. We come back, and I was going the other way. She's like, let me tell you something. She stopped me, right? She said, oh, tell you what, I actually have a friend. I actually have a friend. Look, you can take a number. I'm like, okay, cool. Pull my phone out. Bang, right there. Bro, just imagine if I let that discourage me. If I let that one chance discourage me. That one, this, oh, no, I have a boyfriend, discourage me. I probably would forget the number. Come on, bro. Like, you just shoot, just to shoot, because you never know. Not just because you have a boyfriend, that doesn't mean you won't get it. Come on, man.
Thing that I can say. It really does not matter what you say. What really matters more is how you say it and the energy that you bring to the conversation. Do you come in and you're super boring and you take this interaction super seriously and you put her up on a pedestal because you know how bad that is? You shouldn't be putting her on a pedestal and putting this interaction, taking it so seriously. Instead, you should be more like Chad and treat it just like any other conversation. You have to smile and be lighthearted. Don't take it so seriously. And when you're asking her questions, you can just treat it like any other conversation. Whatever you're thinking in your brain, whatever you're going to say, dumb it down by 50%. Be 50% more dumb when you're talking to girls, especially if it's in like a party environment or you haven't already gotten to know her. See, the problem for most guys, and probably for you, is that you overthink these interactions completely. I understand. You've probably spent years of your life playing video games, watching porn, doing all the bad habits, and you need to reverse this. You went through an entire year of isolation when COVID hit, and your social skills were at an all-time low, and you need to recover from this.
Absolutely agree with it. When I was in high school, that's all I used to do. That's all I used to do, bro. Play video games, play 2K all day, 2K, porn, watch porn. That was it. That was literally my life. I used to eat pizza every day. Sorry, every weekend. Pizza, Doritos, drink a whole bunch of soda. That's all I used to do was cook. I had this young lady when I used to go to school. I think it was the ninth or 10th grade, but she was dying. She was dying for the kid to be with her. He used to come see me in my class every day, try to spend time with me. And I just wasn't comfortable. I just wasn't. Bro, I used to sweat bullets. I used to see like went me down my face right here. Like I was just so just uneasy. I was just uneasy. I couldn't contain myself. I'm like, why am I feeling this way? And like, bro, the reason why is like you stay inside too much. So just like you said, it fucks with your social skills. You're not social with people. So when you stay in the house so much and you don't go outside, go to the park, and you meet people, you see new people, you see outside, you smell fresh air instead of being in the room all goddamn day. It's a different feeling. It makes you feel better. That in itself will make my day. I try my best not to be angry, but when you go outside and you speak to people, you see people, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'll tell you what, I like your hair real pretty. Well, small things like that is like that in itself builds up your social skills. Versus if you stay in the house and you play video games all day, bro, you can watch videos like this right now every single day. And if you don't go outside and actually apply it, it would not work. It won't, bro. Remember when I was in high school, bro, I used to watch all the pickup line videos every day, pickup line. The best pickup line to use. Every day I'm on it, I'm typing it, I'm watching, consuming hours of this content. Still didn't help me. I was still in the house watching porn, eating my meat. It didn't help me, bro. I'm telling you, it didn't. So you actually just have to just go out and face the fear. You scared to approach women? You scared of rejection? Let me tell you something. If you're scared of rejection, you just give up on life. Honestly, just give up. If you fear something that is normal to every single man, to not just man, but every single person on this earth, just give up. You cannot fear rejection. Rejection is a part of just life in itself. You won't get everything. Not everything you go for, you'll get it immediately. Not every woman you speak to, you will get. Not everyone. Just give up. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to feel like, oh, I don't want to get rejected, just give up. You set yourself up for failure already thinking like that. You're thinking at such a low level. Okay, cool. If I get rejected, that's fine. And I until what I accept it. Cool, move on. Next one. That one girl, damn, I approach her, damn, she got a boyfriend. Damn, she reject me. I'm not interested. Okay, next girl, bro. Like this shit not hard, just next girl. That's all it is. Why am I in my head about something I have zero control over? The more time I spend thinking on something that I have zero control over, the more it's gonna stress me. The more it will keep me at a low vibration. They gotta keep me in my lower self, and I wouldn't be able to actually perform at my best. I will not perform at my best. 'Cause I'm constantly thinking of this. Oh my God, she reject me. Oh my God. And then two, three women passed by again, and I didn't say nothing. Why? Because the one girl reject you, you're gonna take it as, oh, you lost? Come on, bro, grow up, man. Come on. Face the fear, man. Nobody care if you're nervous, G. Just do it. Just go up there. You say something stupid, or you learn from it. You learn from it, bro.
It is your responsibility to take action on your social life and improve your skills with girls. If this video helped you, I'm inviting you to join my free Discord community where you can meet other like-minded men on self-improvement. Click the top link in the description to join and send a message there, and myself or one of the other members will help you out. Send a message and we will give you some advice. Click the top link in the description to join, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Back
I
in high
love,
school, I went to this
you know what? I love seeing videos like that. Cause then, you know, it kind of help. Like, yo, real shit. It kind of helps some of the guys who like really need help. You know, with women for real.